Hi, this is Killigan from Dark Forge Graphics. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to basically set up your Nuke Evolution site, including Nuke Sentinel and your admins and all that good stuff. This is a clean install, so for those that have just set your site up, this will be interesting. For those that already know, you can fast forward if you want to. First thing you're going to do is create your admin account, and we'll do that here. I'll go ahead and create a normal user with the same data, and I'll remember that. So we have our account. We'll go ahead and view the log here, and we'll delete that because we don't need it. First thing you want to do with your site, once you get it set up, is set up the cookies. Most people get it wrong, but let's go ahead and set up our preferences real quick and our cookies. General site info, the site URL. You can just copy this here, whatever's in the browser. You can copy that. Name of the site, and if you want a slogan, which I don't want a slogan, the webmaster. Activate ultra mode. You can or you don't have to. I do. Go ahead and save the changes. Then you have your miscellaneous options, which you can just read through if you want to do that. If you want to set up any of these things, I don't recommend using the lazy Google tab. The imagery size, you can turn that off if you don't want that. You can turn off the collapsible blocks. And if you're familiar with Google Analytics, you can set that up here as well. And then you have your security code option, which I personally don't use it because CapShed doesn't really do a whole lot with the bots. They can hack pretty much all of them, but you know, these are pretty safe, but they'll eventually get there as well. I don't use them, but once we're there and we get those two things done, there's other things that you can set up in here, but these are the basics. Let's go back to the admin menu, and then we'll go into the forums. In the forums, you have all of your forum admin controls in here. The first thing we want to do is go to General Admin, and then we'll go to Configuration. In the Configuration menu, we want to find not that one, sorry, General Board Settings, which the domain name can be www if you want that, or it can just be your standard name. Then of course your site name again, and description. This is the basics of what you need to set up for the general board setting. The next thing would be the cookie settings. The cookie settings would be, the cookie domain is going to be .nuketest.net. The cookie name is going to be Nuke Test, and just click Submit. If you don't get an error, you entered everything right. Right now, your cookies are set up properly. What you want to do after that is go into the admin Nuke Evo, and you want to clear your cache. You can set it so a user can clear the cache as well for themselves. Just go ahead and click clear cache, and that's finished. Return to the admin menu, and your site's fine. Now I am going to go to the home real quick, and I'm going to log out of this user, and I'm going to create a new one. This user is just going to be test. and we'll just go ahead and continue. Oops. There, that should be better. And we have your account has been activated and logged in. Now, one thing you don't want to do if you're not going to use the capture or anything else, you want to turn on email activation. Also, you want to delete this block, which we'll do. Let's go ahead and click here, and we will click yes. We want to remove that, and then we'll go back to the main administration window. Now, to set up the email activation or admin activation, we'll just go into your account, and we'll click on user configuration. In here you have these are pretty basic, but this is where you set if I can find it here, let me see, use email activation, click yes, and then go ahead and click save. Now when a user registers, they're going to have to confirm their email, and then they're good. Now what we want to do is go ahead and go into the forums admin, and we will set up a group real quick. Some people have asked how to do it. So what we'll do is first we'll go into the AUC here, and we'll go into management, or I'm sorry, configuration. And what we want to do is create a new group name. Now we'll just call this test, and the group color, we want to say we'll make it this color here. And what we'll do is we'll just paste that code in here, and we'll add this group. Now we have this color for the test group. Now what we need to do is go down here to and we'll actually go into user admin, and we'll click on ranks, and we'll create a new rank. The rank title will be test as well. It will not be a special rank, or it can be, whichever you want to do. You can set it up for posts, and you can also link an image. We'll just go ahead and make it a special rank, and we'll click submit. Now that you have your rank set up, you can go into your group admin, and then you can go into management. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new group. And here we're going to call the group test. We'll name it, and then the moderator for this will be Killigan. And it can be an open group, closed group, or hidden group, whichever you prefer. This is number of required posts, number of max posts, so on. Initial user group is no. Permission to mass PM, you can set it to allow if you want to. If it's a higher rank, then you might want to do that. You want to select the default color for this group. This is going to be the AUC color you just picked. Go ahead and go with test. Select the default rank, and we'll click the rank we wanted. Now you can set the user's private message permissions, and go ahead and click submit. Now that you've done that, you can go into the group permissions. Right now we don't really have any forums set up except one, but what you can do is you can go into the advanced mode, and you could set the group as a moderator or whatever. But what you want to do, the easiest way, once you have all your groups, ranks, and colors set up, the easiest way to add a user to a group is to go into the forum index, and then you want to go into the user groups, and you want to find your group. And we're going to find non-member groups, which is going to be test. We'll go ahead and view the information. And give me just 1 second. I will need to log out of my test account, and I will need to log back in as Killigan. And I'm logged in as Killigan, and I can go into the user groups again, and now I can find the test group, and I can view the information, and in here I can go to add a member. Now we have our group moderator, but I also have add a member, and we're going to add the member test. Once this user is added, he has his color, he has his permissions, he has his rank. If we go to that user's account, then you'll see we have everything here. And that's how to set up the groups. For now, that's the basic setup. Once you make any changes on those things, you do of course want to go in and clear your cache again. I clear the cache constantly on my sites, but you don't need to do that. Now let's real quick go to the Nuke Sentinel, and I know I'm going pretty quick here, but you can fast forward and rewind. One thing we want to do is go to the admin auth list, and we have me in here. I don't have my password set. I am protected, and I can send myself a password. I'll go ahead and do that just so I have it. I can create my password, and I will make it here, and I will go ahead and click Save Changes. So now I can go ahead and well, resend again. It's already been sent, but in any case, let's go back to the Nuke Sentinel administration. And the main thing here, you have your basic settings here, which are fairly simple. You can click block proxies. I set mine to strong level. It doesn't really do a whole lot with good proxy servers. One thing you can also check is force nuke URL. If you've ever noticed when you're on a website and you have your you click a link that somebody's posted in the forums, and say you went to the website and logged in under www.yoursite.com, but the link in the forums is just yoursite.com. Well, you might not have the same permissions when you get there. But in this case, we're here on www, but we can also go here on just standard nuketest.net. If you want to avoid that, what you can do is click on force nuke URL, click yes, and we will save these changes. Once you do that, and then you go back here and you can just refresh, it will force the www in front of the URL. You can do it either way you want to, or you can leave it turned off. Either way, it doesn't matter. Back in here, admin auth. You don't have to use this, but I would recommend it. I will do another tutorial on this. In the meantime, we're going to set up the HT access path. Now, if you noticed, in your public HTML, we have our files here, and then we have an evo HT access and an evo ST access. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and change the name of this from evo.htAccess to just evo, or just HT access. We will do the same thing with the ST access, because we will use it later. So let's go ahead and save that. Now you can go back into your admin panel, and this will be the URL that you can use in most cases. To save yourself time, just copy and paste this here. You can do the same thing with the ST access. We'll just copy and paste it here, and then change your name or your email, and then me personally, I turn off IP tracking unless I see somebody on my site that's starting to just cause problems, and then I'll track and see what they're doing. Your site will and can be a little bit faster by turning off the IP tracking, because everything somebody does on your website, and if you have a really busy website, it's constantly sending that information to your database. So I turn mine off, and just go ahead and click Save Changes. Now, for the admin auth, you can turn this on, but we have to set all admin passwords before activating the HTTP auth or CGI auth. In this case, I do not have it set up yet, which is why I'm going to do a different tutorial. The DOS protection, it only helps to a certain point, but you can just leave everything else default for the most part. You'll just save changes, and then we can go ahead and go to the front page. I meant to go to the admin menu and clear the cache once again, because I do that a lot. But your site is set up, your forums are set, your cookies, your admins, your user groups, and the basic settings for Nuke Sentinel. If you have any questions, check back with the tutorials. I will be doing a more in-depth tutorials for different functions in the forums, how to set things up a little better and more detail throughout the entire site. That's it for now. Thanks.